I recently had a dream I was pregnant. And my friends were all trying to help me give birth.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Deep breath.
That's horrible.
In and out. Deep breaths on the contractions. That's it. In and out. You're gonna be alright. Come on, give me a hand. Squeeze. Yes. How do you like that?
Oh, God.
Give me a hand. Give me a hand. That's right. So squeeze, Leon, breathe.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. You've got this. You've got this. Deep breaths. Deep breaths.
It was a laborious process.
Squeeze. In and out. In and out.
I'm fucking doing it in and out, it won't come out.
You can do this. You're doing really well.
Fuck off, Mom, no, fuck. Oh, fuck.
Deep breaths. Deep breaths.
Oh, is it coming? Is it coming? Please,
It will come soon. Just keep doing what you're doing. Push when your body's ready.
But in the end,
Leon. Leon.
What?
You know this says not pregnant. Not pregnant. You're not giving birth, Leon.
I wasn't pregnant at all. So what was going on? We can look at pregnancy as harboring potential. You know, what begins as cells will eventually manifest into life. As a life as a whole being with thoughts and agency and all of that shit that you and I have every day until we're free. The transition to life leads to something much bigger than the root of its origin. I think it's safe to say we're all a lot more than eggs and cum. The potential for life brings with it infinite possibility. You know, good, terrible, mediocre, all of it's possible. I suppose the realm of possibility is actually kind of more finite, but you know, due to various circumstances like environmental factors and shit like that. But you know what I'm saying. I'm pro-choice, by the way. It's not that kind of video. I'm probably more of an antinatalist, but again, it's like that's not the point of the video. So, the point of this video. I wasn't pregnant. Despite suffering through labor trying to give birth, there was nothing to give birth to. My self-esteem has gotten so low that my subconscious is creating narratives in which the lesson I think I'm supposed to learn is that there is no big potential laying dormant inside of me, waiting to happen. Even with the support of my loved ones, there was nothing there to give birth to. It's this lack of self-esteem that's going to keep me complacent with mediocrity, and I'll keep working the same like brain-rotting entry-level jobs for the rest of my life, making less and less art on the side, instead of applying myself in order to chase my ambitions. What are my ambitions? I don't fucking know. I clearly have them as to why my brain's able to be so cruel as to literally crush my dreams. From a young age, I always told myself I wanted to be an actor. And whilst it can still be fun, it's not like nearly as fulfilling as I assume your life's purpose is supposed to be. I don't really find anything particularly fulfilling. I think I just held on to the memory of an idea I formed when I was a literal child with a very little worldview. And I decided to make that like a concrete part of myself because I didn't form any other like ambitions as I grew older? Or is that something I'm just telling myself in order to cope with the fact that it's very likely I'm never going to become a like successful actor? Honestly, I'm not even that good. Like I used to enjoy playing different characters in order to step outside myself, but now I'm just way too self-indulgent to even be able to think about anything other than me. Everything everything is me, 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 me. I know the reason I don't find anything particularly fulfilling is because I don't do anything particularly fulfilling. Even my art, whilst it's cathartic, it's just low effort and lazy. And the more evidence I build against myself being able to do anything worthwhile, the less the less likely I'm going to attempt to do anything worthwhile. So you can see this little loop I got going on. I think I think one of the problems is that I'm pretty mediocre, which is fine. Like I'm not saying I'm a bad person for it or anything.
We'll probably get to that in another video.
Not everyone's going to be Einstein or like Martin Luther King or The Rock. You know, I'm just saying objectively, I've not really got that much going on. But in school, I was always the smartest kid in class. I was fairly athletic. I was well liked. I could bench press a horse. I could shoot laser beams out my ears. I was banging 12 supermodels at once. I could actually fly. I was happy. With affirmation from myself and everyone around me, I guess I developed this expectation for greatness, and that greatness was gonna come easy. I think that expectation's still kind of ingrained in me somewhere. But towards the latter end of secondary school, that natural aptitude for everything just started to diminish alongside my interest, which has led to me being here, stuck between this idea of being more and being angry at myself for not being more, or even knowing what that more is. At some point during my teens, I started believing I was the main character of a TV show, broadcasted to aliens that were in control of everything in my life. This was probably so I could feel special in some way that couldn't be disproved. But you know, this at times this caused me to not take my life as seriously as I probably should have. You know, I tell myself that the worse or like stranger things got, the more interesting of a character arc that would be. I know it's a delusion that I'm only partially invested in, but it's still there. Oh, he's exposing himself. Oh, it's so cringe. It's so cringe. But Leon, you clearly do take your life seriously. You're so angry about it. Goku ruined my life. Like most boys, probably, I grew up watching a lot of action and superhero cartoons. And I know I'm not alone in wishing I had superpowers. This too would become part of a long list of things I would never accomplish. No matter what I do, I will never become a Super Saiyan. I've tried, perhaps a little more sincerely than I'd like to admit. I still fantasize about having superpowers even now. Perhaps to negate the powerlessness I feel in a world where power seems to equate to capital and the hierarchies are structured around the acquisition of capital, be that like monetary or social. The two tend to go hand in hand anyway. Even without the superpowers, though, these cartoons made me want to be a hero. You know, perhaps more than I wanted to be anything else. I considered myself the playground police. I was always sticking my nose into other people's business, getting into fights with bullies, trying to uphold justice. But that too became less and less viable. You know, to the point where now, you know, eight times out of 10, I'll turn a blind eye when a homeless person needs change. I still want to help people. Every now and then I get these short, like, passing phases where I think you know, the idea of becoming a social worker or a nurse, like, strongly appeals to me. But it feels a little reckless to take responsibility for someone else's health when I have such a negative relationship with my own. I also can't help but wonder if perhaps one of the reasons I have the desire to fix people is to you know, distract from the fact that I can't fix myself. You know, like some sort of way of affirming that if others can benefit from my influence, then, you know, perhaps I'm kind of good at this life stuff. I mean that's what this video is for. You know, like for anyone who might feel similar. You know, they can hear these thoughts and ideas, like, verbalized in a way that they've perhaps not considered before. You know, maybe gain some new perspectives to help further better understand themselves. Psych! This video is purely for me, so I can complain about being me. So Leon, you're talking about all this. Why not just get therapy, dude? Nah, I'm aware I'm on fire. I you know, I can acknowledge that I'm on fire. You can acknowledge that I'm on fire. But if you were to, like, offer me water to put out the fire, I would callously swipe away that water because I didn't find the water myself. Though admittedly, the more my flesh burns away, the harder it becomes to search for water with my decaying and charred remains. So you just made this video so you could whine and complain without any intention of like doing anything about it? Yes. Well, maybe the dream was telling me I want to be a girl. Fuck my dick! I'ma chop it off! I actually do get these intrusive thoughts about tearing my urethra open. Really make me wince and kind of nervous. Does anyone else get that? Thank you. Goodbye. See you next time, guys. We'll see what this becomes, shall we? Let's is this an on-brand way to end the video? Goodbye. Oh, look, I'm getting stress spots. Oh, is my face just dirty?